Hello and welcome to Figma Design System by Pixels. This video is going to be a short overview of this design system. Before getting started, I just wanted to show you the complexity of this design system. I have created some samples for you to see. So here's a very simple calendar in both light and dark modes. Here's a dashboard. A very simple text-based chat room, just to show you the elements and the text that I've used. Here is a table-based example with all the icons, the tables, the elements. And just for fun, I have recreated the GitHub platform. So before getting started, we do need to get certain things set up. My first recommendation is for you to go ahead and set up your nudge amounts to 4 pixels. So whenever you press the shift and arrow buttons, your objects on your screen will jump 4 pixels to the given direction. This is very important because this whole Figma design system is created by the use of the 4-point grid system, which we will talk about more in depth. Another very important and very useful plugin I will talk about is the appearance plugin. This is a very easy to use plugin and it's super helpful later on when changing our modes from light to dark. Now let's briefly talk about the components used in this design system. I'll touch upon this in more depth later on in the video. This will be a short overview before diving in. So here we have the button components in different sizes, button groups, some text fields, text areas. We've got search bars, all these components. Pretty much you have everything you need to build a well-rounded UI kit. And again, this is just an overview, so I'm going to walk you through in more depth. So let's go ahead and talk about this button really quick. Every single element, we have added settings to them. So you can change the size, the style, you can add an icon if you want, a counter, so pretty much style it to your own needs. Moving on to typography, for this design system we have used the Inter typeface throughout the whole project. Inter is the default font in the Figma tool, it's free and open source. Just in case if you do not have this on your machines, I have added the download links from the official website so you can go ahead and download them. All the necessary text styles are created in all sizes and styles. So you have your display, your 6 different headings, caps locks, and paragraphs. And they also come with different weights. Colors and effects. Since this is a quick overview video, I'll walk you through a brief introduction of the colors we have used. Here are the constant colors, the white, black, and the gray for the image placeholders. These colors will never change throughout the whole design system. And over here we have the grayscales from dark to light and our 4 main primary colors, the blue, green, orange, and the red. And for each primary color we have added a darker shade and a lighter shade. I will not talk about this right now. I will actually teach you and show you how to achieve these in the features video later on. And the background colors over here. And of course for the effect styles we have the drop shadow, the inner shadow, and the underline in different weights. For the darker mode, we have done the exact same concept to achieve these colors. Now let's talk about the icons. We have used Google's material icons for this design system. Over 1,000 icons, which are all free of use. You can find pretty much any icon on this list. They're all open source icons, so you can use them as freely as you want. Moving on to the logo types. These are the system logos for this Figma design system. We have also added some famous brands over here and some social platforms just in case if you do need them in your projects. And of course your payment methods, these do come very handy, especially when designing some checkouts. And of course the App Store and Google Play buttons and their brands. Now let's look at all the core UI components used throughout Figma Design System. Here's a full list of all the UI components. So let me go ahead and zoom in really quick. So you got the headings over here, some counters, avatars, you got your cells, status bars, also your progress bars, and of course your tabs. It's a must-have. Got the pickers, sliders, pretty much everything and anything you need to build a very complex, good-looking UI kit. So we've got the fields over here, the search bars, text areas. Let me scroll really quick to these buttons over here. So the difference between the overview UI components that I talked about in the beginning of the video and these UI components is that you can fully edit each component from here to suit your design needs best. So these are all fully customizable. You can go ahead, select any component, any element, and customize it to your needs. Now that we have finished talking about the foundation section, let's go ahead and dive into the card section. For this blog section, we have created pre-made card blocks. If you're new to design and you're having a hard time, you can use these ready-made cards in your projects. They are very easy to use and are fully customizable. In addition, the auto layout feature is enabled in all the cards. So let me go ahead and show a very quick example. So let's choose this title, and I'm going to copy this and just multiply. And as it's expanding, you can see that the card is also expanding in height. Let's go ahead and choose another example and work with images. So I'm going to choose this one right here. Choose the placeholder. I'm going to use the Unsplash plugin. And let's go ahead and just search for, let's say, a dog. Choose this little guy, and there you go, all set. Moving on to the navigation. Again, these are all pre-made cards. You can choose any of them, customize it. And as I mentioned before, the auto layout feature is also enabled. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. As you can see, the elements on the left are also expanding. And just a heads up, not all card categories are completed. At the moment we have the blog and the navigation cards. We will slowly add the remaining categories in our future updates, so stay tuned.